Hey, this is Kat from Red Mountain Shaman, and I share shamanic wisdom through dreams, visions, nature, synchronicities, intuition, channeling, art, music, photography, and shamanic journeys. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing some videos you might want to cross-reference. So you might want to grab a pen because I don't have the energy to put the links in the comments as I'm still not feeling great. It actually took a lot of effort to make this video today. So here I am, I'm still working. If you're interested in writing these things down, that they might kind of help you to understand what I'm talking about as well. So August has been a really rough month for me. I don't know if all of you are going through a lot of stuff this month as well, but if you are, feel free to share in the comments and how you're coping. So my mother went into hospice care at the beginning of the month and she passed away this week. So we'll be having a funeral for her in a few days. I'm also still sick and my phone needs to be repaired. So a lot is going on right now. So I wanted to reach out to all of my clients who are being patient with me as I am needing to be doing some rescheduling of sessions lately. So thank you for your patience and your compassion. And if you find yourself struggling with opposition in your own life as well right now, one video I found really helpful was a channeled message from Yeshua on my friend Medium Michaela's YouTube channel. And her channel is called Christ Phoenix Rising. And the video is called Yeshua Explains Why All Moments of Duality Matter. And he's basically talking about how each moment of duality or challenge in this earthly incarnation is contributing to our soul growth. So check that one out if you feel like you need a little perspective on all of the challenges that we're experiencing right now. So I myself was told by a spirit that there is something that I don't know yet, which I assume means that there may be something that they're not able to share with us yet that's going to be coming up for humanity. So lately I've been feeling that this could easily be some sort of plot twist in the near future. I'm not sure, but it just feels like something is going to be surfacing that we're not really expecting. Another thing I experienced this week was a beautiful angelic visit. So me and my husband just felt the need to do a small ceremony together and ask for some assistance with all that we have going on. And we also have had some health issues with our beloved dog. And I always tell my clients that a ritual or a ceremony does not have to be some big extravagant event, and you don't have to be a professional at like running a ceremony or heading a ceremony. So for me, I feel like it's just all about sincerity and intention. So for us that night, we simply just lit a candle and asked for protection. And then we just said a prayer to reach out to the ascended beings of light. And the being that came through so strongly was Archangel Chamuel. And this angel just gave us such a loving presence, and we both got really emotional and kind of teared up. And when we looked up this angel, we learned that this angel is associated with soulmates and relationships. And I think because my husband and I create music together, I've been asked a few times if we're twin flames. And honestly, I've never really resonated with the idea of being a twin flame. But I do feel more like a soulmate or a divine counterpart with my husband, and that we have had several lifetimes together. And as synchronicity would have it, my friend Kimberly Palm put out a video that same week on her channel about her perspective on twin flames. So if you want to check that video out, her channel is called Spiritual Growth Journeys, and the video is titled Twin Flames, Soulmates, and Divine Unions. What are they? So if you're interested in that topic, go check that video out. So the last thing I wanted to share is 2 shamanic journeys that I experienced over the last couple weeks. I hope you were all able to look into some of the Hopi prophecies that I recommended and their history and creation stories, because it'll give you a little bit of context for this journey. And I want to preface this journey by saying that I am not representing the Hopi tribe. I'm not Hopi in this lifetime. This is just my own personal experience, so I'm not representing this tribe in any way. So take this as it resonates. So every time I go into a journey, I ask for protection from tricksters, imposters, and any lower energies. Actually, anytime I do any spiritual work, including making these videos, I always do this protection intentions first. And anytime I do a session with anybody, I also do these intentions. So before I go into a journey, one thing that I always see is this auspicious swastika-like symbol that the NAZIS is hijacked and inverted. And this symbol is always spinning on the door before I enter the journey. And the one I'm shown has more rounded lines rather than the angular lines that the hijacked version uses. So as I was doing research on the Hopi prophecies, I came across a Hopi elder who was talking about the time we're entering for the years ahead, and his name is Thomas. I probably will mispronounce this, but it's Banyaka, so it's Banyacya, and he has lots of really great YouTube videos talking about Hopi prophecies. So this symbol that I always see going into my journeys with the rounded swastika kind of spinning was right behind him in this video. I was like, oh, the Hopis use this symbol. That's so interesting that I'm finally seeing the version that I always see in my journeys connected with the Hopis. So this symbol can also be found in kind of slight variations around the entire world as well. And so you can look up this symbol and see what it means, and it's actually a very positive, peaceful symbol. So the video where I saw this symbol, if you want to watch this video, it's called Hopi Prophecy, Two Paths, Destruction or Survival. And basically, the Hopi believe that the world has already experienced a few cataclysms, and that they were taken underground by benevolent so-called ant people to be protected from the destruction. So I wanted people to be aware of this cosmology before I shared my experience of being taken to inner earth. And as I entered this journey, I was greeted by a white wolf. The wolf asked me to follow him, and he took me on a dirt path until we came to a canyon wall. The environment was very arid and desert-like. The wolf started digging until the wall gave way to a set of stairs leading down to inner earth. We were greeted at the bottom of the stairs by a being who presented as very ant-like. And this ant had a crown on his head, and he said that he was a magistrate. I vaguely recognized this word, but I wasn't sure what it meant. So when I looked it up, this word has to do with being a judge of some sort. The ant said that he wanted to show us around. So we were taken to a rock wall with gold flecks in it that kind of looked like remnants of gold that had been dug out. And he explained to us that a lot of the gold from the inner earth has already been mined out. And he said it was being held in some sort of vaults. And then I was shown these vaults, and they looked very kind of pristine, almost like cement vaults of some sort. But I wasn't told where these vaults were. And then he said that the gold was waiting to be redistributed. So if you go back over my videos, I have one video about currency. And it was a couple of years ago, I believe. And in this video, I was told that we will be going to a more gold and precious metal backed monetary system. So I think this is maybe what he's talking about. I'm not quite sure. But he said that it was waiting to be redistributed. And he also told me that I had a past life as a Hopi. Then he told me that I carried the wisdom of the mothers and the grandmothers. Then he gave me a very elaborate, heavy turquoise necklace that had a spider pendant on it. When he put this pendant over my head, he simply said, "Grandmother Spider." So I think this spider was symbolic of grandmother spider, and this grandmother spider is found in the Hopi cosmology. I looked it up, and I think it's also in other Native American tribes as well. And as synchronicity would have it, again, a few days later, I was watching a Sasha Stone video, and he was talking about this grandmother spider. And I'm paraphrasing this, but I think he was talking about how this was a symbol of the divine feminine creatrix and how everything spiraled out from the center of her woven web. So I need to look into this a little bit more because I don't know too much about it. After I was gifted this amazing necklace, we were taken to the top of a hill and we were looking down over a valley of crystals. And this seems to be where this soft light that was kind of glowing everything seemed to be emanating from. We also saw trees and waterways. Our ant guide explained that the springs all come from inner earth and more springs would be surfacing on earth, and that we could, or that I could be a caretaker of the waters if I so choose. So he also said that there would be no need to have to escape to inner earth again this time, but that we could work interdimensionally with inner earth. He also said that more artifacts would be discovered beneath many layers of earth to help us understand our history, and I was shown pottery, and I was also shown this symbol, which was the Star of David. Then we were escorted back up the stairs, and the magistrate was able to put a huge boulder back into place after we left inner earth, so that the entrance to inner earth was totally hidden again, so you would never know that it was there. The next week I did another journey, and it was super short and simple, but it was very emotional and powerful, and I was shown this beautiful little flowing river, and at the top of a small waterfall there was a white dragon whom I've had many encounters with. And the dragon said that it was guarding the spring for me. And I asked this dragon, like, who are you? Are you like an aspect of me? Are you an aspect of the creator? And then the dragon told me that it was a Sophia dragon. And in Gnosticism, Sophia is the feminine aspect of divinity. So I thought that was really interesting. So then the dragon took me on its back up to a nearby place by my town, and it's a little town called Eden. So I'm not sure if this was symbolic with the name of this town, or maybe he was showing me some future thing about that town. I'm not quite sure. But then I was shown water and trees there, and it just felt as if the dragon was asking me to trust and to be patient. And white dragons can symbolize wisdom, connection to truth, and protection. So I wanted to ask who wanted to expound on all of this from the Ananda Angelic Collective. And Mother Mary stepped forward, or Mother Miriam, and feels like she's been with me a lot this week during the passing of my mother. And the morning that my mom passed, she came to me and said that she would personally escort her to where she needed to go. And I got this message again because I was kind of doubting it, and I got this message again 2 more times, and each time I was just filled with love and gratitude and tears of joy. I could just feel her energy. So that was really a special message I got from her this week. So when I typed out what she wanted to say, this is what I heard. I am delighted and honored to share my perspectives as you have called out for further guidance. I am Miriam, Mother of Yeshua. As a divine feminine energy, I share my views on your experiences. You too do indeed carry divine feminine wisdom that you will continue to share with others. You have had many lifetimes standing in this feminine prowess. There were times on earth when women and the feminine energy was honored and respected, when the innate skills of the feminine were needed and utilized on a daily basis for the highest good of the community. It has long been suppressed by dark forces hiding behind religion and many other institutions because of its fiery power to heal, see clearly, and know through intuition. There are great shifts coming to Earth, and one of these shifts will involve the balancing of the feminine with the masculine energies that have long been distorted and skewed. You will indeed experience a short season of challenge, but this challenge shall make you stronger if you choose to let it power you up and fortify you for the next phase in humanity's evolution. Evolution is always a choice. It is never forced. But some of the events that are coming, although challenging, will indeed assist with the evolution or rise in consciousness on the planet for those who are ready to integrate truth and light. And surprising truths they will be for some. As you experience the ups and downs of this journey back into balance, remember to incorporate quiet moments of solitude so that you can connect to your true self and the guidance of the Creator. It may come as a surprise to some that other beings exist besides your human form, or that other planes and dimensions exist besides the one you are currently in. The universe is a vast place of diversity and experiences where all is possible. You are your own limitation, and by this I mean that many things you are conditioned to believe are simply not so. As you open the doors of the mind to expand your experience and knowledge, you will be able to cast off the shackles of limitation and experience far greater things than can be seen with the five senses. Once you expand beyond the limitations of the five senses, you will expand your scope of wisdom and experience. All have this ability, but not all are open to it at this time. It is our hope that as the veil between the dimensions begins to thin, more and more will be able to access their inner knowing and memories and be able to communicate between the dimensions, or as I would call it, become more of an interdimensional species once again. For there was indeed times on Earth when many beings were interdimensional and had deep connections with beings on the other side. This was a normal way of life. Now, many would call these kinds of experiences supernatural, but in certain epochs on Earth, these interdimensional experiences were considered perfectly natural. You have simply forgotten just how natural it can be to connect to beings in other dimensions. So rather than looking at your journey to inner Earth as strange or supernatural, look at it as you being on the forefront of returning to your natural interdimensional state. Those who are ready and open will follow suit in due time. And so it is. I give you this perspective of my own free will, and we always ask all who hear our messages to go within and find your own answers and clarity as you decipher truth on your journey back into the light. Amen and amen. Thank you, Mother Miriam. So I think that she is talking about this stuff because she probably senses that I still believe that my connection with the ant people and my experiences with them is just really out there and weird because I grew up in a very traditional Christian Mormon household, and so these experiences are just a little wild for me still. But I do want to share a couple synchronicities that I had with the ant people. So I had another experience with them I don't know, maybe like 4 years ago. And my friend Amy, who runs Following Hawks and Earth Keepers or Earth Tenders Academy, she visited me and we did a ceremony, and she first saw the ant people. And that time that she was here doing that ceremony, when the ant people came, there was an ant hill that appeared in my backyard right before this ceremony, and then the ant hill disappeared after the ceremony, which was very weird. And then this time, before the ant people came, we had like a slew of these tiny little ants all over our house. And then after I had the journey with the ant people, I'm like, okay, maybe the ant people want to talk again. Then the ants within a few days were gone again. So that's a very strange synchronicity. So take my journey as you will, however you feel you want to accept or reject it. It's up to you. So I drew a card, and I asked the creator to draw a card that went with today's video. And the card is from Spirit of the Wheel meditation deck. And the card is called Frog Clan, and the number is 6. And the key words are cleansing, release, and healing. And during the Lionsgate portal in 2020, I visited Devil's Tower, and I was told then that I was part of the Frog Clan. And I drew a card back then. It was the same card I drew back then. And the giant frog, as we were leaving Devil's Tower, the storm and lightning and thunder kind of ensued as we were driving away. And this huge frog hopped across the highway in front of our car. It was very strange. I've never seen that in my life. So I think that was just spirit confirming this Frog Clan connection. So the card says the prophecy. In this overwhelming time, the Frog Clan card symbolizes the feeling of swimming against the current. When we are working against our own nature and allowing past worries to build, we need the Frog Clan to aid in clearing away the heavy emotional baggage. In this state of high stress, even the simplest obstacle seems magnified. Release the pressure and heal yourself on all levels. Let the flow of tears wash away your pain and leave you feeling cleansed. The Frog Clan focuses on the healing that is needed by you or someone close to you. By being empathetic and allowing others to freely express their feelings, you can offer the support they need. Never underestimate the power of compassion. Frog Clan teaches us to connect to the healing powers of water, which is the emotional flow within our lives. If the flow is dammed up, then we begin to feel the pressure building within us. Allow your emotions to flow freely and encourage the same in others. And then the prayer is, through the gift of the Frog Clan, I can learn to connect with the healing aspects of water. Within the flow, I learn to freely express my emotions and cleanse away any negativity. I offer compassion to myself and to others. For this, my spirit is stronger. So in a lot of my client sessions lately, Spirit keeps telling me to have people take salt baths. And I believe that salt is a very powerful way to cleanse ourselves, cleanse our aura. And its crystalline structure is just very protective and healing. So while I was taking a salt bath this week, I was visited by the whale and the dolphin energy. And I just felt this energy come over me, and I could hear them speaking and singing in their dolphin and whale tones. It was just so beautiful, and I just started crying, and I could just feel their bliss and love and healing frequencies. And a couple videos ago, I was told in a channeling that this energy of the whale would be surfacing, and this Lemurian energy would be coming back to Earth. And in Lemuria, we're told that this was a time of love, when we were connected to nature, we were connected to the crystals and natural healing. We were more interdimensional, and I think this might be what Mary is talking about, is that we are going to be coming back into a time when we are more connected to spirit, and we're feeling these frequencies come in, and we start to connect with the natural healing of nature and our own spiritual abilities coming back online. So hopefully this will be happening within our lifetimes for those who are ready for it. I really hope that. I mean, I already feel this happening for me. So hang in there, everybody. I know this is a difficult time, and I thank you for all your beautiful comments and compassion about my mom, and your patience with me as I'm getting through this time. And I also send you all my love and compassion and healing for whatever you're going through in your life right now as well. And if you like my videos, it really helps to press the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to keep up with my videos. I usually put them out on Sundays. And we will talk next week. Take care, everybody. Sending you love.